Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Sundays podcast. Solo episode number 2. I'm excited. Put this one together last night when I was ranting to my wife, like I do. So today's episode is titled Winning is Simple, but It's Not Easy. Really, I just want to talk to you guys about my journey of learning this lesson and hopefully help you learn it faster and get on the road of actually winning, because it really is simple and there's no need to overcomplicate it. Last night I was beating myself up a little bit because I was watching a video on YouTube, and my wife came into the room, and I got up and told her, like, I can't believe it took me this long. And I really can't. Like, the things that I'm doing now on the daily to move the business forward, or what the 3 months during the holidays look like, I'm doing stuff that I always knew that I was capable of. I just can't believe it took me years and years and years to actually do them. I could have articulated the stuff that I needed to do to win 2.5 years ago, but I didn't do those things. And today I want to talk about how we can move from just the knowledge of the thing to really doing the thing, because those are two different things. You don't win by knowing how to win. You win by doing it. You win by executing. And last night when I was ranting to my wife, like I do on the regular, she gets these little mini rants where I'll go off for like 4 minutes, not on her. Hopefully you don't think that I'm attacking my wife, but I go off for 4 minutes about this thought that I have about business, or this thought that I have about myself, or how I could have done better here, or like I go off and I'm telling her that, and I'm super passionate, and she just sits and listens, and I'm so glad that she does, because I need someone to sit and listen to my rants. But she's like, this stuff would make good podcast material. So that's why I'm telling you. First, I want to say that when I say that I was literally taking years to take action, it's really true. Years ago in the wedding business, I would talk to Emma about the problems that I feel that we've always had. Like, we're just not getting leads, like, why aren't we getting leads in the door? And I feel like I could have articulated to Emma exactly what needed to happen 3.5 years ago. I knew that we needed to start running paid ads and setting up a funnel and having a system to kind of move people along the buyer's journey. I knew that we needed to create content on social media. Maybe not in the way that I understand it now, but I knew that we needed to create content to continue to engage with our audience. I knew that we needed to have really good offers where people are coming in and they actually want to do business with us, and we can earn their business through giving them a lot of value. Like, I knew all these things to kind of like fix the lead generation, but I wasn't doing them. I really wasn't even working hard at all. To be honest, I genuinely don't feel that I worked hard a day in my life until holiday season of 2024. And that's embarrassing. I don't think that I ever did any hard work until a few months ago, when I realized what I was actually capable of. Once I realized what I was actually capable of, when holiday season came to a close, I was like, well, I was working actually really hard because I was forced to. What if I worked hard now because I wanted to, on the things that actually grow the business? Here are the 2 lessons that I want you to learn about winning being simple and not hard. You may be in the position of thinking, I know exactly what to do to grow my business, but my business isn't growing. Well, unfortunately, just like me for the last 4 years, you're just not doing the things. You're just not doing the stuff that your business needs to succeed. Here are the 2 steps that forced me to take action, or here are the 2 reasons that I'm actually taking action now. Like, what changed? Over the last 3 years, I wasn't doing anything, and then all of a sudden now today, I'm really taking action in the direction that I knew that I needed to. So what changed? If you always knew what to do, Cohen, and you're saying that it wasn't for a lack of knowledge that you didn't get stuff done, what changed all of a sudden now for me to be able to say, like, I'm actually taking action? I think that 2 things happened in my life. One, I committed, not mentally, not in my words to someone else. I truly committed. If I wanted to guarantee that you would pull a parachute, all I have to do is push you out of a plane. I can't get you to pull a parachute on the ground. You have to jump out of the plane. And when you go through the course about how to skydive, and they teach you about how everything works and how to steer the parachute and when to pull the parachute. Having all the knowledge of pulling the parachute is not pulling the parachute, and you literally won't do it. You don't have a reason to until you jump out of the plane. When I opened this business, when I signed my name on the lease, I personally guaranteed all of the rent money. That's like a lot of money that I personally guaranteed. Elise is laughing at me. It's so much money that I personally guaranteed. So much to me, at least. It's pennies to other people, sure, but I was committed. I jumped out of the plane. I had no choice but to figure out how to make this business succeed. During Christmas, when we ran the ads, I turned them on, and I didn't turn them off until we had almost 100 people sign up. I thought that we were going to serve 30 or 40 people, and then once we had 100, I thought, how am I going to keep up this pace of work? They're already on the books. I had to do it. I was here every day for 12 hours, shooting sessions every day, dealing with rentals, being here till 11 at night, waking back up, getting here at 7 in the morning. Like, that was just every day, not because I wanted to do any of those things, but because it's just what was necessary. And I committed. I didn't have a choice. There was rentals at 8 in the morning. I had to be here. When you're committed in that way, there's no choice but to make the decision. I should stop apologizing. This will be the last time that I apologize about bringing up Hormozi. I listened to all his stuff and read his books, and I'm going to talk about him throughout the podcast a ton because I really love his stuff. Hormozi talks about the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. He gets this from somebody else, and I can't remember, and if I can find it, I'll insert a outside audio clip of me telling you who this was. But Alex Hormozi says, that's not true. If you put the horse in a super hot environment and you dehydrate it for days, you don't give it any water, and you salt its tongue, you can almost guarantee that the horse will drink water when you put water in front of its face, because the outside surroundings around the horse, everything in its life is telling it, drink water. You have to do that to yourself in your business. You have to put yourself in a position where you have to be committed. I'm not saying go out and take on a bunch of debt that you don't need to set yourself up for failure. I'm saying create the circumstances in your life that make you committed. For example, Elise is sitting here behind the camera. I brought Elise on to do a certain job, to help with advertising and marketing, to be a part of recording this podcast, shooting content, making paid ads, and doing outreach. That was Elise's job when she came on. I don't have a choice now. I'm here every day for 4 hours doing advertising with Elise because that's what I knew I needed to do. And I know myself. It's too bad that I'm this way, and I hope to one day be better than this, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without the accountability of bringing someone on to help me do the job. And that's just where I'm at, and that's okay. So you have to be committed. You have to commit. Number 2, and this is a little bit less cutthroat about being committed and, getting dehydrated and personally guaranteeing leases and whatever. But I got positive feedback from people in my life who were further along their business journey than I was. I sat down with a great friend of mine, my best friend here in Florida, the person who I'm closest with here. I was talking with him about his business, and he's further along than me. He does more in revenue. He's been in business longer. He knows a lot. And we started having these conversations about the stuff that I knew that I needed to do, about advertising and lead generation, because that's, I feel, has always been the problem in the businesses that I'm running. Like, I just don't have enough people to sell. So we sat down and talked about things. He brought me into his business, and he said, Cohen, I want you to come sit down with me and write up some offers and put together a marketing strategy because you're so good at that stuff. And I thought, what? I'm not good. I'm not good at that stuff. I don't even do it for my own business. And he said, every time I talk to you, you give me such good ideas, and you can walk through the whole process front to back. That is the moment when I realized I didn't need to go learn anything else. Somebody who's ahead of me is asking me to come in and talk to him about his business. Also, another business owner who I know showed me their year-to-date revenue recently. It was 7x what I did last year. And I thought, I've had conversations with this person where I actually provide a lot of value to them. They ask me questions about things that they're struggling with, and then I give them information about it. What I had all this time was just knowledge and no action. But seeing those things, it's almost like it gave me permission to take action. I got permission from someone who is further along in their journey, where I go this person is doing all this and I'm giving them value. If I just implemented the stuff that I already know into my business, I would do it. And I hate that it took me looking at another business owner, seeing them further along, and thinking to myself, like, I know more about this person in this specific area. Why am I not succeeding? Well, it's because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't working hard. So those are the two things that caused me to take action. One is I got permission. I'm, putting up air quotes for those who are listening. I got permission from other business owners. And by permission, I mean I realized that I was capable of doing exactly what they're doing, whether that's the revenue number or the amount of people they serve or whatever. I want to make more money in the business. Hopefully we're all clear about why I'm here and running this business. I want to generate more revenue. I want to serve more people. I want to make more money. When I saw somebody making 7 times the amount of money that I'm making, I go, I feel like we're on the same level. Oh, I can do that. I got permission. And then I committed. I set up my surroundings in a way that I have no choice but to do the actions I know that I needed to do in order to win. And now that I'm in this place, I'm going to win. Those are the reasons that I've taken action now instead of 3 years ago. And if you're listening to this and you're one of those people who thinks that you know what you need to do and you're just not doing it, commit in a way that's irreversible. It will force you to do it. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully that was slightly insightful. Winning really is simple. It's not easy. You have to do the hard work. You have to be the horse that gets dehydrated. And it's not fun to be dehydrated, but you have to take yourself to that point sometimes of being like, I need to be focused. I need to be completely locked in on this one thing. And it's going to be hard and it's going to take a very long time, but hopefully you can take action quicker than me. Let me know if you got some value out of this. If you liked it, I love recording these episodes and they're going to keep getting better every week. Thanks, guys. That was the Sundays podcast.